Hey everybody, Kyle Goeth here from GoatFilmReviews.com and the Goat Film Reviews YouTube channel, and I've got my first reaction to the new Wes Anderson film, Asteroid City, that came out late in the, it was about middle of the year actually. I missed it in theaters. It was a busy year for me, but I was finally able to check out a screener of it and give my thoughts. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a giant Wes Anderson fan. I like Moonrise Kingdom, Life Aquatic, Grand Budapest Hotel, and that's about it. His animated stuff's never really worked for me. His recent film, French Dispatch, didn't really do it for me. I'm not even that big of a fan of Royal Tenenbaums. He's not a filmmaker that's really hit with me outside of those couple of movies I mentioned prior. But I will say this. This gets about as close to a like from me as it can without actually being a like. The movie's okay. I think it's an interesting topic dealing with the kind of like alien panic of the 50s, following the Roswell situation, and the idea that all these people came to Asteroid City for different reasons, but end up getting involved in this kind of alien story. I just don't feel like the narrative joke of it's like based on we're watching a play that's based on what happened, and it's like based on a like book that's based on this, and like I didn't think the whole like structure sequence of like what we're actually watching was nearly as good as just putting the people out there. Like, it's not like they're any different than any other Wes Anderson films. So like the narrative function of having them doing a performance on a stage of it is no different than having Royal Tenenbaums or Life Aquatic, in that the actual structure itself is not that important. Number of the characters in the film are interesting enough, but I really didn't think that any of their plot lines really drove me forward. I kind of thought Jason Schwartzman was a bit annoying in the film. Yeah, I never really connected with the material. Jeffrey Wright was great. Who was it that played the alien? I think Jeff Goldblum was good for his little time there. Again, there's stuff in the movie that I liked, but never enough that I was really actively invested in the narrative. And I think maybe that's just a little bit of Wes Anderson's style not really working for me, just not really connecting with me. Just being a bit too much like, what is the joke they say on Family Guy about Napoleon Dynamite? Quirky for the sake of being quirky. And that's kind of how I feel about this film in Wes Anderson's oeuvre, is that it's just Moonrise Kingdom. I felt like an actual human connection to those kids as they'd fallen in love and everyone was looking for them. Life Aquatic is so absurdly comedic that I think it worked. I didn't find anything in Asteroid City all that funny. Yeah, Grand Budapest Hotel is not even a movie that I inherently liked all that much when I saw it. I've liked it more on rewatches, and maybe that's the case with a lot of Wes Anderson's films, but I've never had the forward thrust to watch one of his movies again that I didn't like. And so, yeah, that's just kind of the case here again. I just didn't connect with the material all that much. I thought it was fine. I thought it was visually really nice looking. Set design, costuming, makeup, a lot of that stuff is really great, as it is in a lot of Wes Anderson's films. I just think that he kind of went too far trying to subvert the subversion and play with the audience's expectations of what's happening in a way that I didn't really think was effective. So it's not really a movie. I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine. It's not one that I have any interest in seeing again, sadly. And it's not one that I can wholeheartedly recommend. Maybe if you're a fan of Wes Anderson as a filmmaker, I think there's enough here for you, but I just don't think it's for me. I think I maybe have higher expectations for such an unusually quirky filmmaker, but some people like the filmmakers that kind of do similar variations on the same thematic structure. I'm a fan of Quentin Tarantino, but a lot of Quentin Tarantino movies are kind of the same in a lot of ways. He's got a lot of similarities in how he makes films that work for me. Wes Anderson has a lot of things that work for other people, and not always for me. But I can honestly say that I like Moonrise Kingdom, Grand Budapest Hotel, and Life Aquatic. This one just wasn't part of that list, unfortunately. I was hoping it would be, because the alien thing that seems like right up my alley. Maybe if Wes Anderson does a horror film, he'll finally win me over to more pluses than minuses. But unfortunately, this was not it. So thank you for joining me, and let me know your thoughts on Asteroid City down below in the comments section. And what's the one Wes Anderson film you would take with you to a deserted island. I'd love to hear about it down in the comment section. If it's one I haven't seen, then I'll probably have to check it out. So let me know down there as well. And while you're down there, please like and subscribe. There are 2 free things you can do that help support the channel immensely, and you never miss new episodes of the show as they drop. There's also goatfilmreviews.com for my many written reviews. You can check out Goat Film Reviews on Facebook. You can follow me personally at Almighty Goatman on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, and Threads. And you can find my show Kyle and Nick on Film that I co-host with Nick Plotchuk from the St. Paul Filmcast. We have new episodes of that show every single week. All the links for everything I just talked about, they're down in the comment section, and we'll see you next time.